Hey everybody, I'm Nathan, and every week I do comic book reviews because that's the rule around my house. If I want to keep buying them, I gotta review them. So this is going to be the review for Wolverine number 14 by Jason Aaron and Renato Guedes. This is the conclusion to Jason Aaron's seemingly, sometimes feelingly long run with the Red Right Hand on Wolverine. Now, the Red Right Hand stretches back all the way through when Wolverine first went to hell at the very beginning of this, which is probably 14 issues ago. And it stretches over that entire period, so it's very interesting to see how that whole story wraps up, and it's a very long story altogether. So Wolverine has killed a bunch of people to get at these this group of elderly people. These are all people who had someone killed by Wolverine over time, somebody they loved, and he ruined their life in one way or another. In one such instance, we get the background story of the son of the woman here who was tending to Wolverine on the helicarrier when he woke up from being brainwashed and pretty much slaughtered everybody on that ship, her especially first. And just like it looks here, it was originally drawn in that first story, the Wolverine Enemy of the State story. It's almost exactly the same situation by a different artist, of course. And there's her son, who was sad about it and found out, after a while that his mother had been killed by Wolverine, and then eventually he became a part of the Red Right Hand also. They take some killer Kool-Aid, of course, and they all die. And then the guy gets on the monitor above and explains what they're all about. So you get all of what was happening through this whole time, from the beginning of this series till now, what was going on through the whole thing. And the payoff is huge. I feel reasonable that I can spoil it, so I'm going to spoil it here. If you don't want to listen to it, then obviously my rating will be elsewhere. It's probably going to be a 5 out of 5 anyway. But you can go ahead and stop here. So really, Wolverine has been killing this group of individuals who seemingly had fighting abilities, but were very terrible at it, had terrible names, had terrible powers, but they were trained by the Red Right Hand to fight Wolverine and lose so that he would be killing his own children. And so when he finds this out, he is ultimately and utterly devastated to find this to be true. And you get a little bit of flashbacks of all the fighting that he's been doing with the different characters that he killed and what they looked like. There's a redhead. He obviously has a thing for redheads if it wasn't said elsewhere. And I remembered at the time of finding this out that some of these guys looked a lot like Wolverine already. Not a lot of them, right? Most of them didn't, but like that guy down there and this cannon foot guy at the top, they all looked a lot like Wolverine to me, and I just blew it off because I thought they were dumb, and that I was glad that they were getting killed because I didn't have to see them anymore. But then, of course, Jason Aaron waits until everybody's almost bored with the premise and then flips it on the whole thing, so you have to go back and read all the issues that led up to this to really truly understand how deep and crazy this situation is. And like many other people who read this issue, I again, like them, was feeling, well, what does he do now? Now he would just want to go back to hell and kill himself and drown himself, over and over and over. And you get to find that out on 15, and I think I've already reviewed 15 elsewhere, so that's pretty good too. I was so excited and thrilled to see the results of this, and I'm really glad that it came out before the whole DC relaunch of September, because I think it got a lot more of its credit for being so genius, of course, and flipping everything on its head than it would have if it were coming out with all the DC stuff that's coming out today. But anyway, it's going to be a 5 out of 5. Jason Aaron's awesome. I can't wait to see what he's going to do with Wolverine next. Of course, the issue right before this, I was saying, okay, I'm ready for the next thing. I'm done with this story. And then this one blew me away, and now we're already moving on. How fast times turn, right? So there you go. Wolverine number 14, 5 out of 5. Of course, read the whole series if you're going to read any of these. You won't be sorry. It's good. In any case, thanks for listening to this review. If you want to look for other ones, Spidey207 on YouTube and Peteparker elsewhere. If you have any questions or comments for me, just leave them wherever you find them, and I will get back to them as soon as I possibly can. Really appreciate everybody listening out there, and we will talk to you on the next one.